Well, it is great to welcome Raheem Morris to Los Angeles and to the Rams for the first time. We've all heard so much about your pre-existing connections with Sean McVay. Raheem, how did you and Sean get to be and remain such good football friends?
You know, JB, it goes a little further back than people even know. 2008, when Sean first cut his teeth in the game, he came out to Tampa with us and we're working for John Gruden in a lower capacity. And I got a chance to gravitate around guys like that and be around him just for a short time that year. The big joke that Sean will probably tell you guys that I fired him in 2009 as he had to go somewhere else and move on with his coaching career when I became the head coach. But luckily, we got a chance to circle back up in Washington where we were office mates, shared a lot of common interests, and we had the ability to be able to talk to each other from across offices a lot about our brand of ball, football, the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. We constantly picked each other's brains, and that just made us friends for life. And then after that, going through the process of being there and working together and doing all the things that you do when it comes to winning football games in order to try to win those games, we just grew together from all facets of life, from our family, from our coaching aspects, from our backgrounds, from everything that we've done. And we've been able to stay in touch throughout the whole process. So to watch him grow and ascend and to being the head coach for the Los Angeles Rams and then having a chance to be able to come out here and work with him and for him is a dream come true.
Mention your relationship with Sean. Even if you didn't happen to like the guy, this would have been a tough opportunity to turn down because you walk into a room with Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, right?
When you walk into a room with two potential gold jacket guys, it's always intriguing. And it's a lot of fun to see those type of guys. And when you see the guys that are around those guys, it really makes it intriguing for you as well as a coach, because the guys that play around those guys really become as important as anybody. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of some #1 defenses and coach in the National Football League. And we coach Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and Rondé Barber, likes of those guys when we're in Tampa. And being around those guys, that the people that those guys are around, the people that potentially got those gold jackets going to put those things on, what they do for the other players makes it so exciting. What they do for the coaching staff makes it so exciting. What they do for the organization, the fan base, the teams, everything about it is all it's about, man. And when you got those type of players, you can win championships. And we're all in this game to try to win championships.
Which leads me to the fact that I know Sean didn't hire you to run someone else's defense, but I also want to acknowledge that this was the best defense in the NFL in 2020 and a lot of important metrics. So how do you plan to find the right balance between implementing your approach versus the approach of, hey, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Staley did a great job last year. There's no doubt about that. And you got to give his coaching staff a lot of credit as well. Aubrey, Joe Barry, Shula, Henderson, those guys did a great job of stepping up in there. And I am thankful that a lot of those guys will remain there. And I will use as much of the things that they had success in last year as we could possibly do. And we'll implement some of the things where I think it can help. And every year in football, you're going to go back, you're going to watch your cut-ups, you're going to watch your cut-ups, you're going to watch what you can do better. You're going to watch how you can grow, how you can get the scheme better. How can you make more players more effective? How can you make Aaron more effective? How can you make Jalen more effective if you can? And those are the things that we'll do to emphasize. And those are the things that we'll do moving forward in order to keep this thing going and get these guys to win a championship. At the end of the day, we all want to have a championship on our rings and we're going to be playing this weekend.
All right, last question, and I hope it doesn't ruin what's been a great conversation. I want to take you back to Week 7 last season. And Todd Gurley accidentally scores a touchdown with 64 seconds remaining to give the Falcons a 22-16 lead on the Detroit Lions. I think our audience can kind of piece together why I'm going here. But Raheem, can you tell us from your vantage point what happens next?
Matt Stafford happened. He went out at quarterback for the Detroit Lions. He was having a pretty good day, and then lightning struck. And he went out and made a couple great throws.
Stafford knows the situation here. Sidearm throw and an excellent catch by Danny Amendola.
He got his team in the red zone. He got him in position. He avoided the rush. He slid to his left, and he threw a dagger of a ball right to his tight end for a touchdown to win the game.
Yes, how big is that? Matthew Stafford magic.
In all-out fashion that was just unbelievable. And at the time, it was heartbreaking. At the time, all I could think about is we should have won that game. I could have started this 10-year off 2-0 as a head coach.
I'll leave you with this, and I think we're now on year 3 or year 4 in a row of the Rams going all in. I'll have to check the record on that, but I can already sense from conversing with you that you sense the urgency joining this group and that they are very much in a championship window. Is that correct?
The organization has set themselves up to put themselves in the championship window, and you can't run from that. You got to embrace that. You got to go out there and accept that. And you got to go out there and be comfortable. You're talking about that with your team and your players. And I believe we are. When we get out there and have a chance to go out there and compete in that level, that is the clear-cut goal for all of us, I'm sure.
Raheem Morris, thank you so much for your time. Safe travels to Los Angeles. We hope you settle in nicely. Can't wait to see you throughout the offseason program.
Can't wait to get there with you guys.